Women Talk, brought to you by Samart Supermarket. Samart Supermarket, your convenient supermarket for all your household needs.
Right, thank you so much for staying with us. You're watching Maisha Prime Women Talk, where real women engage. My name is Rida Chebet Karing, and this is definitely Maisha Television Kenya. Engage with us, Facebook and YouTube, Maisha Television Kenya, Instagram and Twitter at Maisha TV KE. Our phone number is 0746 99841. I'm not alone in the studio, of course. I'm joined by Sarah Muridhi, a church leader. She is a business lady. She is also a mother, and she is a wife. And today we're talking about happy and healthy family. And we have happy family and a healthy family. We saw the definition that Sarah gave us earlier. So Sarah, someone will try and make their family happy or healthy, and maybe they don't know how a healthy or a happy family looks like. What are some of the signs that a family is healthy and a family is also happy?
The first sign is no complaints about anybody in that family. The children are not complaining about their mother beating them for no reason because she's sad.
Yes.
The wife is not complaining about the husband not providing because he's doing that. The husband is not complaining about the wife not providing or not giving attention because the wife is doing that. So there is no complaint.
Yes.
There are no quarrels. People live in peace. Even out there when they go as a family, hata wakiwa wamekaa mezani hivi unaona kweli watu ni waraha, because they laugh wholeheartedly and there are no sneers. Ukiongelesha ufanye, it's like you ask unaniongelesha nini to get.
Yes.
So when you talk to very nicely and they're not going to leave gaps of questions that for sure hata kama wako na mapesa tunaona hapa kuna shida. So there are not that complaints and there's no aggression. You know, when you are not happy, you are about to quarrel everybody.
Yes.
Or to pass your anger to anybody around you. Hata hujafanya kitu kikubwa ushashautia mtu, ushamtolea matusi yote na labda ni jirani.
Yeah.
Na she came to you kind, but because you are not happy, you'll not be able to pass that happiness. But if you are happy, hata kama utakero aje na mtu, you make sure that she's also happy. So a happy family is able to extend joy to another family.
Yeah.
And a healthy family, you also make sure that another family is healthy.
Yeah. And I understand that you have a family, you're a mother, and of course you're a wife. What are some of the tips of making your family happy? Because kuna mtu pale, maybe she's struggling to make the family happy and healthy, but she or he doesn't know how.
Okay. One, my family, we don't impose our values on each other. And even my children, I said that we sit down and discuss. And this is where parents go wrong. We tend to believe that because they are children, they don't have feelings, they don't have reason capacity to reason on their own. So parents out there, can you make sure that you reason with your children and talk to your children and don't shout at your children. And do not impose your values on your husband or your wife, because of course they are not going to be happy.
Yes.
And immediacy. Ogea kama kitu iko moto, usiweke kwa roho. If you want to have a healthy family and a happy one, ukikanyaga sema aya umenikanyaga na ni kwa nini? Unaona?
Yeah.
But ukinikanyaga Chebet alafu na nyamaza, huyu mtu ataona hajasikia chochote. Kesho atanikanyanga. Sitaongea, but inside mimi nafanya nini? Naumia. So quit right then. And you are going to have a happy family. Because hakuna hiyo maneno ya kubeba mtu ala tunaenda kuongea huko nje. Kabla uende nje hebu ongea na yeye. Giving you a peace of mind, give her a piece of your mind, and you solve the difference before it gets out of hand.
You've just talked about not imposing our values to others. How can we deal with our family members without forcing them to believe what you believe, to act the way you act, to behave the way you behave?
Now, that is accepting that personalities are very different. If your husband is an extrovert and you are an introvert, let him remain as an extrovert person. Like kwa nasema kama mume wako ni mtu wa happy, na ni mtu wa kukaa kwa nyumba, usimlazimishe akuwe kama wewe. Juu haita work, utachoka tu. Ukishida kufanya nini? Kilazimisha, utalete other conflicts. If your wife is also not an outgoing person, do not force her to be an outgoing person. Kama unapenda parties ukiitwa lazima ukue na huyu hataki, usikasirike ni kwa simu ni kwa nini haja kwa company. Wewe enda peke yako. Umpate hapa kuja share about how that party was. Give details of the party. Na labda akisikia zimekuwa mzuri, next time kimwambia tuende labda atasema let us go. I'll accompany you. If it is the belief, you married me a Protestant, and the other one could be a Hindu. Don't force me to be a Hindu, don't force me to be Protestant. Until that time, I'll feel I'm okay to join your religion. Because the moment you force me to be part of your religion, there are two things that can come out of that. Either I'll disappear from your life, or I'll be unhappy. Because I'm forced to do what I don't want to do. So anytime you force somebody to be what she is not, you bring an unhealthy family, you bring an unhappy family. But if you don't force and things come naturally, it is a happy family. So however somebody is, those are her values, those are her beliefs. If you have not agreed to disagree, do not change that. It will not work for you.
And also it will not work for her or him, because mtu hawezi akakubali. Maybe you found her or him after 20 years, you want to change that person in 1 year. How can that happen? It can't. And coming to children, you've mentioned time and again you've been saying that it's good for parents to reason with their children. How can parents make sure that the choices they make for their own children or even for their relationship nurture a healthy and a happy environment around them?
Okay. You know, when a child gets in the year 12, 11, they have begun getting to their teen years. And this is where now the parents should be able to nurture their children into having proper relationship within the family and even outside the family. At this stage, the teen want to find whom he is. He wants to for his identity. And at times as they look for identity, they are kind of confused. Because anaambiwa usifanye hii, fanya hii. Nataka kufanya hii course, sitaki ufanye hii course. Hii ndio nataka ufanye. Sitaki utembee na huyu rafiki, nataka utembee na huyu rafiki. Ama usitembee na rafiki ukae kwa nyumba. Remember the message of even wondering. These teenagers, they want to go out there, find out how is the world. So a parent, you who is out there, instead of dictating to your child what to do, sit down with that child on the table. Start a conversation. Want to know what your child want to be. And the moment you get what your child want to be, encourage if you feel it is the right thing. Let me talk mostly about careers, because this way again parents we are messing our children up. If a child says she wants to become a doctor, you as a parent you want your child to be a teacher, because your passion is being a teacher because you are a teacher. And the child is a doctor because could be afraid is a doctor, or that is a passion that he has. call that child, sit down, and ask me, you want to be a doctor, yeah? Why do you want to be a doctor? And then the father is going to say, I want to be a teacher. Let the father give the reasons why that you want the son to be a teacher or a daughter. And because these teenagers are wise, they understand, they also reason. He's going to reason out the reasons of the parent, and could be is going to say, yes, I'm going to become a teacher, because you have given the reasons as to why teaching is better than doctorship. So you see, if there's this parent again whose child does not know what he want to become, this one is normally very easy to convince somebody to do doctor or to be a teacher. Jue mtoto afanye nini? Hajui. But along the line akenda akimachua na aseme because mimi nidienda sioni kinisaidia ama nikielewa, can we change this course? Do not be rigid and uanza kuambia mtoto tumepoteza pesa zetu sana, you must go for that course. Reason with him again. Encourage. Tell him it is because you are just beginning. As time goes by, you're going to catch up. Just look for ways to reason with this child. And you see, when you are teaching him to reason, he'll also be able to reason with himself and able to reason with his brothers and sisters and people out there. So when people are reasoning together, family remains a happy one. There is no shouting.
Yes.
It is sitting and talking, no shouting at each other.
Yeah, talking. Just sitting and reasoning together, and discuss. Na mambo inakuwa tu sawa. Wengine wanaambiaga mtoto, sitaki kufanya hiyo kosi, haina pesa, sijui nini. Okay. Instead of kuambia mtoto hivyo, muite akae chini, muongeleshe. Unamwambia, by the way, let me tell you, unaona hii kosi nataka kufanya, utamaliza, utabaki na karatasi zako. Lakini ukifanya hii course, utatoka na utapata kazi. That is what is happening. There's some courses to bet if you take your daughter, I'm telling you, she will tarmac. She might even not get employment for that job or whatever, or for those masomo she went to undertake. She'll go to a different job. And she has been invested, like, could be for 5 years. You get? So, the moment you sit down with your child and you discuss, there are skills that you're also teaching this child. There are skills that you are nurturing in this child. Communication skills. We talked about it. Yes. And there is a listening skill. They hadn't mentioned it, but it is there. And a very important one, conflict resolution. How to solve conflict. Because now, dictating the course the mother and the father want to this child, and they discuss, there will be no conflict. So you are teaching these children how to solve conflicts in case they come. You're also teaching them something very, very good, interpersonal skills. That is how to relate to the people out there. Yes. And how to relate with themselves. And how to communicate proper. So I said there is communication. And how to communicate proper. They never assume that what I want to do is right. I need to ask for guidance. And when the moment a child knows that I can ask for guidance, it can be given to me without it being forced on me. He will take it kindly. I will be happy. Hata sema mimi hata sitaki kuishi huku. Watu wananiambiaga nifanye vitu zenye sitaki. Nitahama. Ama nikitoka kwa hii nyumba sitaifanya nini? Rudi tena. But when you agree to disagree with your child, you create a very healthy family. And after you create a healthy family, you create a very happy family. And most parents, let me say, we have digital and analog. Let me say analog parents. They don't understand what you're talking about. Sitting down and reasoning with your children. How wanajua tu kiboko chapa, I tell you do this, you must do it, as long as ni mzazi wako amekuambia.
Analog. Now even you make me asking myself, are the analog parents listening to us? But anyway, times are changing. Yes, times are changing, and even these parents who brought us up, Whatever they do it out of love.
Yes.
And you know that even caning is better than at times even discussing, because with a child at times you may discuss and it is not even making sense. But when you take a kiboko, it is going to do what? To solve that problem very fast. But I'd wish to talk to them if they are listening to me. Caning is not the solution. At times you can and you destroy. Una harden mtoi. Unajua kumharden.
Asikia hata
kidogo. Anazoea uchugu. Kwa hivyo anajua hata nikichukua hii kitu nitachapwa tu. Uchugu utafanya nini? Taisha. So it is good even them weke kiboko chini. Waanze ku reason na watoto, because the moment you take kiboko now you become a dictator. You are not giving this child any excuse. You are not nurturing any excuse to make this relationship healthy. Sasa kama nikiwa kuja hapa enda ameenda, si ndio? So yeye amejua tu ukifanya kitu ni papa
hapo na uende.
What if the mother even just called this child and said, leo umenikosea, na kwa sababu umenikosea nimekuwa nikikwambia usirudia hii kitu, nitakuchapa. So there has been communication, si ndio? Because you've been told why you are being caned at the first time. Na mtoto atasema mama sitafanya nini? Sitarudia tena. Si mtoto amefungua mdomo. Si umemfundisha kuongea. So he can be able to explain himself or his heart out. So analog parents, please let us keep kiboko chini and let us now train or nurture skills in our children.
Good advice there. Kiboko si solution. Actually there is a number of children watoto wengi nimeona pale ambao wanachapwa na wazazi until mtoto anakuwa worse than even before, because umechapa mtoto hadi amezoea kiboko hadi aogopi after all nitachapwa na itaisha. Anakuwa hata kumwambia kitu hasikii, sasa completely anakuwa worse. There is another way you can sit with your child and reason together. Most say that prayer and sacrifice is a key to a happy and healthy family. Do you agree with that? And how should people, couples, maybe married couples, bring this into their family?
I agree with that. Very much. Let me bring in Bible teachings kidogo Chebet.
Yes.
In the book of Mark 11:29, there's this father who had a son, and the son alikuwa amegiwa na demon. Si demon ni pepo. Na alikuwa anapelekea wafuasi wa Yesu waombe huyu kijana. But hakuwa, hii pepo iko inamtoka. But wakati Yesu alipelekwa huyu kijana, alikemea hiyo pepo. Pepo ikaenda. Wafuasi wa Yesu wakamuulizaje, how come umeweza kuondoa hii pepo na sisi tumeshindwa? He simply said, it is just about prayer. What does that tell you? Some things you must go down on your knees and pray. And as you pray, you must pray with a lot of faith that what I'm praying for, it is going to happen. So some things, it is just a matter of prayer. So I agree that prayer will make a happy family. Even the family that prays together stays together of course, because they know.
And also you're just saying prayer, kuna wazazi wale ambao tuseme mmoja wao haendi kanisa, and you'll find that maybe in most cases siko baya, but ni wanawake wanapenda kanisa sana, mwanaume haendi kanisa, and you'll find that maybe it's the effort is on one side, ni mama peke yake anajaribu kuomba. What can they do, can she do to ensure that she brings also the husband along?
I like that question, Chebet, because how we pray, God knows, because even he sees, as even before you say something, ashajua what you want to say. The difference is how you are going to say it. Now, in the case of this family, a mother goes to church or a wife goes to church, and the husband is not going to church. What would make a husband not to go to church and the wife here is committed church goer, like you said? Unajua kuna kwenda kanisani na ndio unaibisha pale mbele, but ukirudi kwako unaanza kuharass everybody, si ndio? Hata huo niyo mume kama ni ni mtu, si ndio? Wewe kama ni mume wako.
Yeah.
Will he admit to follow you to church?
No.
Ama labda umeenda na umemsema kwa church members benye yako. Will we follow you to that church?
No.
So women out there, so that we attract our men into the churches that we go, one, we must portray that church environment even in our homes. Tusifanye opposite. And this is where we are making a mistake. You are good in church, but at home we are the opposite. And even at the home, show your husband you believe in him, that he can also pray for the family. Yeah. Remember, he is the head of that family. Hata kama hajaokoka, wakati umeleta chai mezani, unaweza mwambia baba Kamau, siobe chai. Hata kama ataomba 2 words, hizo tosha.
Yes.
Umemuonyesha that is his rightful place. Ndio, they are the royal priesthood of their families. So ukimpatia chance aende akioba, yeye mwenyewe pia atafika mahali atakuwa anaombea familia yake, anajiombea, and to be a happy family. Yeah.
And still talking about your prayer, who include mwanaume pia katika your familia, you find that there are ladies, women, wale ambao they spend most of their time in church. Sunday, tuseme the whole day yuko church, over the weekday, maybe Monday jioni ako kanisa, Wednesday, until you find that the husband ni kama anamtoa kwa kichwa yake, because anachukua time yake mingi sana to the church, more than that of the family. How can you advise ladies like those? Because I've seen many ladies acting like that. Kazi ni kwa pastor, kwa church tu, then anasahau familia yake.
Okay, my advice to them is this one. They should know that their responsibility number 1 is their husband, not the church. It is the husband. And they should be able to balance. You know, akiishi kwa kanisa on Saturday weekend kuelewa, it's a church day.
Yeah.
But from Monday to Saturday, there's nothing you can kuelewa that you are unaamka asubuhi, unaenda kanisani mpaka jioni. Tuesday comes and you go. No. They must understand that their families comes first and the church comes second. So they leave their church there and they be in their homes. Tuseme kama ni wanakwaya, they can just sit and say, let us have just one day, 2 hours for choir, not a whole day. And then they go back to their responsibilities.
Yes.
And they should also know what they want for their lives or for themselves. You know, pastors do a great good work, and I'm sure they also encourage their members or their flock, be good mothers, be good wives. So these women who just want to be in the church, they should now come back to their
families.
Yes, so that the family may be healthy, may be happier. You get?
Yes.
Yeah, whatever they are doing, there is an occasion. They say we meet at 6 in the morning. Kama ni kuosha kanisa tunaosha, then we go back to our duties.
Yeah, and now away from that church, in fact, we didn't touch the part of sacrifice. We just talked about prayer. Irene, who anasema that sacrifice is what keeps families together and also love together. Maybe kuna mtu aelewi how can she sacrifice, ama ana ile nguvu ya kusacrifice. You have to sacrifice some of the things that you love for your family. You have to sacrifice maybe something kenye ulitaka tu ushikilie, but you have to sacrifice in order to make your family happy and also healthy.
Okay, sacrifice, I also say it makes a family healthier and happier. And I keep saying, for example, when you are single, you didn't have any responsibilities, no?
Yeah.
So kama ni mtu wa kakitu si alikuwa na shida kwa ba, you no responsibility, but now you have a family.
Yes.
You must stop. You do not stop immediately. Some is slowly by slowly by slowly. Kama ni chama ulikuwa labda unaenda every jioni, na hapo umepata mtu mwenye hataki uende nje, you can organize your chama members and tell them, now you will not be seeing me most of the time. And when Chama reaches, you can tell them, like I told you today, I'll not be available. If I'll be available next time, I'll do what? I'll come. Or you can actually say, come on, if my husband is providing, I can do away with this Chama.
Yeah.
That is what you're talking about, sacrifice. To do away with that which you feel you cannot do away with. You get it? If it is drugs, you do away with the drugs completely, because you are sacrificing for a happy family, for a healthier family. Sacrifice. If it is going to that church a whole 1 week, sema nitakuwa naenda tu Sunday. If you are not a chairperson of any of that church or any group there, sacrifice all these other days. Bring other people on board to assist you. If you are the church sweeper, you can say, let me look for somebody else I dare sweep on my behalf. You sacrifice all those things that you are doing so that your family may be in peace. If it is a husband mwenye alikuwa anapikiwa lunch na supper na breakfast na mzee, na mama yake, na sasa ameleta bibi hapa, ya chakula cha mama ni kitamu, wachana nacho kabisa, rudi kwako, pikiwa chamke kitakuwa tamu zaidi. These are the sacrifices that we're talking about. And when you sacrifice those things that you love most, the family is going to be happy, it's going to be healthier. Do you know, Tibet, you cannot sacrifice something that you don't love. See, even God sacrificed Jesus Christ, his son, the one that he loves most, and the only one. So you cannot sacrifice that which you don't love. Hiyo yenye unapenda na unaona ndio inaharibu familia, just leave it and for good. And when you leave it, I'm sure God will compensate. And you bring joy in another level. Natakuwa najiuliza na kwa nilikuwa najishikilia hii, kumbe I can be happy even without it.
And just before I bring up the point that I wanted to bring, children, in some cases you'll find some men complain that the ujio wa watoto katika familia inachukua ile furaha ambao walikuwa nao wakiwa wawili, because in most cases we'll find that the woman will like to focus more on the child or children rather than the husband. Do you think that this maybe is also causing other families to be unhappy or unhealthy?
Children, Chebet, when they come, the Bible says they are a gift from God. So ukipewa zawadi, kwa mfano saizi kupea zawadi, how will you feel?
Happy.
Utaitunza vizuri sana. Hata utataki iharibike ama ikuletee stress ikiharibika. Si ndio? So children, parents out there, they are a gift from God to us. They are supposed to bring joy into our family. Not sadness, but joy. And when they bring joy, our family is going to be healthier. Now, the problem may come in whereby, when you're first time mother, mtu anasikiaka vizuri first time mother, you want to be that child kenye umepatiwa kwa zawadi, and you want to pamper this child. So the husband should be able to know that it is a first time mother. So there's a new experience, there's a new bond, and bonding here is very, very important. And even you, the father, instead of kulalamika ati hanipati attention juu ya mtoto, be part of that child. Feel the experience she's feeling. And when you share those experiences, mkiona na smile, mna smile pamoja. We nikimlisha, nikiona kama mimi hanisikii na kupatia wewe lisha yeye. When you get part of this children, the two of you, there is no you'll say that you are being neglected. But sasa ukitoka kazini na kuja unakaa kule kando, mama ndiye anakibizana na watoto. Ama amekuletea mtoto huko tu kwa simu, mtoto analia, mama ndiye anakuja kufanya nini? Kushughulika. Of course mama ataona na huyu baba mtoto ani hana shughuli na mtoto wake. So let me take my child ili ni juni nini analia. Si wataendelea kubod. Na baba tu wako, si ndio? Alafu anakuwa wakubwa. The father is not involved, that he is in that house. So wakienda kitchen wanaongea za nani? Baba akiwa kwa sitting na hajui, si ndio? So it is good that the men also be part and parcel of these children from birth, not from birth, from conception. Because child is from conception. The moment unajua ako kamtu kameanza kameigia kameanza kuform, the father should be involved from that time until every stage of that child. Hakuna siku atafeel hata watoto wamechukua nini yake. Kwa nini na wadu walianzisha hii familia how? So wazee uko nje, be part and parcel of your children from conception to the giving of birth to the going of university to the marriage life. Yeah.
Well, a good point there. Also, we've seen how let's say celebs are acting, the way the married couples, you'll find they are portraying that perfect life, that love life tunaona kwa camera, and in most cases we'll find that some will like to carry that into their marriages. Anataka afanywe ile ambayo ameona katika internet, and you know this is we are in the world of information. You can just access your smartphone and see how they are behaving. Kuna ile love, maybe amembaia hii, and you want your husband to also do the same to you. How can you advise sana ni wale ambao wameoleka hivi karibuni, my generation, they want to be treated the way they see the celebs treating their wives, queens. Yes, how can you advise them maybe out there, because this is also some of the things causing single parenthood. Mtu aliingia kwa marriage akiexpect ile, but then it's not the same kwa ground.
Okay, I would advise them this one. I said before you get married, there's a time of courtship. Naona?
Yeah.
So ni vizuri wakati watu wana court ama wanakuja kujuana, mzee ajue huyu msichana ni aina gani, na msichana ajue mzee wangu ni wa aina gani. Juu kuna ile utaitisha anazo lakini atakupatia. Kuna mwingine utaitisha lakini hana. So what are you doing? Unamstress bure. There's something I normally tell people: live your own life. Live and lead your own life. If you want a happy family and a healthy one, lead and live your own life. Hiyo ya TV na biaga watu, ngoja iremain wapi? Kwa TV. They might portray a very good life out there, but could be their families are unhealthy and they are not happy. And because the celebs, they just want to catch attention of people.
And get likes.
And comments. You look beautiful. Let me tell you, young couples who are there, know the limit of your husband, know the limit of your wife. Know what your husband can afford, what he cannot afford. Don't compare your man to another man. Don't compare your woman to another woman. People are different. Gifts are different. People are blessed differently. They should be comfortable. They should be contented with what they have. They should be content with what they have. What they don't have, just believe that one day we are going to get to that level. Because again, I normally tell people this, we look for money. Bidii yetu ndio inafanyika tufanya nini? Tupate pesa. Na our faith in our God that is going to provide. So there is no you can start up there. We all begin down here. So we work tirelessly so that together we grow, because a marriage is grown by two people, not one person. We grow each other with a lot of love, a lot of compassionate, a lot of commitment into that marriage, and a lot of sacrifice into that marriage. So you out there who looks to those celebs, unaona ameletewa rose flower, tafadhali usitishe rose flower. Ndio mwenye unaitisha anaweza kuwa tu labda anaweza da plaque yenye iko kwa fence. Akulete. Appreciate. It's also a flower. Because unaweza tapewa flower but there's no love. But you have pushed somebody to the wall. So what will happen? You break his heart. You not be happy, and when he's not happy, you will also not be happy.
And just as we wind up, your advice to couples out there who are trying to make their family happy, they want to make their families healthy, and maybe they don't have an idea how, or they don't know where to start because maybe it's late. Anaona that alianza kitambo, angefaa anze kitambo na amekusikiza. What is your advice to them?
In marriage, there's nothing like it is late. Because like I said initially, we are coming to people who've got no idea how to live in a marriage. A child has come, you don't know how to raise that child. And when the firstborn comes in, here is where trouble sets in. Me, I've never been a mother for the first time. Now I've just become a mother for the first time. So Nita bring up this child with a lot of mistakes. But when I bring up a second one, I'll learn the mistakes that I made during my firstborn child. I'll make sure I don't apply them here in the second child. You get? So we learn through mistakes. I don't live on regrets. I wish I knew. Don't, if you're in that stage of I wish I knew, stop saying I wish I knew, because you never knew. So even though you wish, have you known? No. So stop saying I wish I knew. What you can say is I have learned how I can do better so that my family can be healthier and happier. If you started quarreling when you got into that family, and even now you are still quarreling, train yourself not to quarrel. If you are normally offended by very small things, train your heart not to get offended. Hapa ndipo nilisema wakati mwingine ukiona kitu kimefanyika na ufurahi, fuga macho na ujafanya nini? Sijaona. Si ati ni mjika. You want now to start afresh so that now your family is healthier and happy. Tu vitu tudogo unatufugia nini? Macho. Wengine wetu we are perfectionists. Hatutaki kuona makosa ikitendeka. Makosa lazima. So ikitendeka, hata kama unapedaga mambo yede nywe, fuga macho. Imetendeka. Fuga tu macho and then let it go. Ile makosa baya ni ile ya kurudiwa, unaona. So there's those things. Now if you used to quarrel your man, stop quarreling. If you used to quarrel you, let him stop quarreling. If you wasted your life, don't regret about it.
Start
Pray to God. Start. Because I remember even in the book of Psalms, David said this, God, forgive the mistakes of my youth and forgive the errors of my youth. Watu wakiwa na youth, hapo ndipo madhambi nyingi ama makosa mingi. Ngoja niseme dhambi, makosa mingi ndio inafanya nini? Zinatokezeanga. So instead of living with that, and now you have grown older, forgive yourself first. Forgive yourself kwenye uliona ulifanya nini? Ulikosea. Unaona? Alafu ukiweza kujiforgive wewe mwenyewe, you're able now to start creating a healthy family. Because if you're able to forgive yourself, you can be able to forgive your husband or your children. And there's nothing good like forgiving. And when you forgive, if you used to have a burden in your mind, I want to be this and this, na umeona sitakuwa hii na hii, accept. Accept yourself the way you are. Accept your family the way it is. If you used to force values to others, sasa umejua hakuna haja ya kuforce values if you want to have a healthier family. Because kuna bado wako old and they still up to now want to change people. Don't change anybody. Change will come just. Change inakuja tu slowly by slowly. Unajua mkiishi pamoja, hata mkiishi kwa doa sana, unaenda na is this your sister? Is this your brother? Your husband and wife. Because mumebled, mumeka kwa hiyo doa mpaka you reason almost like together, you act like together. What if you began there kuchejiana kule? Would it work?
No.
So if you are in that stage of wanting to impose your values on somebody or beliefs, let it be, so that your family may be healthy and
healthy.
Your children understand them. When you give birth to them, they are different from you. This is a different individual. And the mistakes of your children should not be blamed solely on you, because like I said, when they get to the teenage age, they begin forming their own thinking, their own decisions, you get. And as they go like that, they start picking other things. And you as a parent, you tried your best to give the best to these children. So they are different individuals. How you mentor them when they were young, and it's if you so like you didn't mentor them nicely, you can now mentor them again. You can seek help from, could be a counselor, because you have children counselors, they are still there. You can help them, so you can engage them so that they are able to help you help your child, because again, when the child is happy, the family is healthier and happier.
Well, thank you so much, Sarah, and thank you so much to our viewers for being with us. This is Maisha Prime Women Talk, where real women engage, and today we are talking about making our families happy and also healthy. And I believe that what Sarah has just mentioned will be able to make your family happier and also healthier. Kama huko unajua unafaa kufanya nini, I think that Sarah has tackled a lot, and I know that you can pick something, and don't force, usitake that happen. Wamekwambia leo na unataka by kesho your family ikuwe vile anasema. No, it will take time. It is a process. Follow the process and everything will be okay. Thank you so much. And thank you to our viewers who have been sending messages. We've been getting your messages, and you can still engage with us via our phone number, which is 0746 999 841, and our Facebook page is Maisha Television Kenya, YouTube Maisha Television Kenya, Instagram and Twitter at Maisha TV KE. My name is Rida Chebet Kering. See you next time.
Women Talk, brought to you by Samat Supermarket. Samat Supermarket, your convenient supermarket for all your household needs. Information, knowledge, astute expert analysis.
Kalonzo leo ako hii side, kesho ako hii side. Even to his children at home, they're really wondering, what does my father stand for?
Kutokuwa na msimamo ni kitu mbaya sana. Kutokuwa na msimamo ni kitu mbaya sana. Ni kitu mbaya sana.
Never implemented because of the confusion that arose because of the handshake stories.
Lakini mzee amekanyanga polepole akuja kupitia ukiwa bado kwa barabara.
I wouldn't say that, because I would go with what Deputy President himself said when he was unveiling regarding Gachagua, because it will be putting words in his mouth.
Credible and authoritative insight in news and leadership auditing.
Right, welcome on board. My name is Rida Kering Chebet.
Get the latest financial and business information.
The only challenge we have now is about the hike of the prices of food, whereby when you come like the oil we have now, the price is too high for us.
Hoteli lazima iwe na changamoto zake, sababu ukiona saizi ni wakati tumekuwa kwa corona ndio imeisha, sasa hivi vitu zimepanda. So for us to maintain ile quantity, it's now a problem for us. So we have to add some prices to other things, or we have to reduce the quantity.
That will open your acumen on sound investment in the largest and most developed country in Eastern and Central Africa.
I swear to God, I love Kenya.
I guess I tell all fellow Kenyans to just, be in love and respect love and the place it plays in our lives.
TV will never be the same again. It will be better.
Really appreciate CA and also our viewers. Thank you so much.
Congratulations, Maisha!
Introducing the award-winning TV station, Maisha TV, Kenya's fastest growing TV. Beba kubeba na Samat Supermarket iliyoko mjini Kimilili karibu na kituo cha petroli cha Shell, na mjini Webuye karibu na shule ya msingi ya Webuye. Bidhaa zetu ni za bei nafuu zikiwemo mafuta ya kupikia, unga wa chapati na sima, vitabu vya shule, viatu, bedding, electronics, carpets, miongoni mwa bidhaa zinginezo. Usiseme shopping, sema beba kubeba na Samat Supermarket. Beba kubeba na Samat Supermarket, your convenient supermarket for all the time shopping for your household needs.
There is a saying, behind every great man is a great woman. But there is a divide, a gap, a separation. It's about acknowledging the unseen efforts, the disparity, and expectations. Support. What does it mean to have support? To give support? To live without support? It's time that support goes both ways. Because beside every great man is a great woman.
Women Talk, brought to you by Samat Supermarket. Samat Supermarket, your convenient supermarket for all your household needs.